right, welcome back to part 3, where we're going to talk about, the future since the repeal of Section 377A. So, I like this title of this part, right? This is Unity and Diversity. I mean, Singapore really is one of the most diverse countries in the world. We are small, but we have so many different races that live here, so many religions. I always love to say you can walk down the street and go into a church, into a temple, into a mosque, like all on, the same streets or just a few streets apart. So when it comes to sexual orientation...
Great segue.
What a segue.
Why are these divisions for such a diverse country, hopefully a liberated and open-minded country? I mean, we were colonized so many decades ago. So why are we still stuck in that mindset, right? What do you think we need to do, from the both of you? Let's start with Dharmhik, is to bridge this divide. So would you say conversation is something that can help the
Conversation is
divide?
really important, but it's also a part of keeping an open mind, right? Once you're set in your way, there's nothing anyone can do to help you, right?
Yeah.
If you're stubbornly like, this is the only way to live life, no one can help you already. But if you're open to hearing about different perspectives, then everyone can learn to be together. Because there's always the situation of when you hear something that you don't like, you tend to get defensive instantly, instead of letting yourself hear the argument and then coming up with an argument that makes sense to the other side, matching and catching up to the point where you reach the center.
Yeah.
But usually it's you hear something you don't like, instantly get defensive, and then it becomes a fight.
Yeah, a fight of the divisions and the differences. What about you, Rish? How do you think is a way we can sort of close or bridge this gap?
Linking to him, I would say education. Like people to not only, I'm not saying only like in schools or like generally people, educate yourselves. If you find it hard to understand, think about why you cannot understand. Like why are your views different? Like educate yourself. Like read online things, or I'll go ask your LGBTQ plus friends. Like thing like keep an open mind, because that's how it's gonna help you to, I don't have to think this. I don't have to be so close-minded. I can still how do you say, like be together with everyone.
Yeah. Embrace each other.
Embrace
Communities.
Instead embrace each other, because that's what I believe. Like education, educate yourselves, like everyone.
Do you think it's something that can be put into the curriculum? That's my teacher hat coming on. Like social studies.
I would say yes. I would say yes. Like have, because I don't know how exactly curriculums work, but have light topics. Like for, let's say if you're giving examples, give examples for a straight couple, give examples for a guy couple, give examples for
Right. It needs, you're saying that it can slowly transcend or transition into our everyday vocabulary.
Because we are not like saying anything explicit. It's literally just being a regular norm. Like it can be a regular norm.
Yeah.
I mean, it starts as simple as when you have like math questions or whatever, you can like usually it will be like Dave and his wife, whatever, it can be just make it 2 guys 2 girls, whatever. It can be small things like that. Just make sure that you don't like force it down the kid's throat, because then you have the opposite problem. Where it's like every time it goes back to education, it's always the same thing. Don't force people to do something, because in the end you hate it.
Yeah. I totally get you. So then we're talking about education and talking about the classroom. So then let's start with Dharmhik. What sort of world, if you like to have children, would you like your children to grow up in?
Very simple. You don't have to, a world where it literally can be your life is your life, my life is my life. We can be friends. You can be like a completely different kind of person, but as long as we can get along, that's all that matters.
So a world without prejudice lah.
Yeah, but it's also the fact that there is morality that involved, right? It's like I treat this person as another human being, and they will do the same to me, and they treat everyone that way, unless the other person becomes like overboard, the kind of deal. But it's important that everyone sees each other as the most important thing, a human.
Yeah. No, that's a great one. What about you, Rish? You want to have the baby?
Yes.
Really?
No.
You want
Of course
you take my period, monthly period lah. You go and take also. No, that one you don't
Yeah.
want. But what's if you had children?
Yes, the question is if I had children. No. Yes.
If you had children without your menses. Okay, be serious.
Okay.
If you had children, what sort of world would you like your children to grow up in?
That being said, the world is not always black and white, sadly. So I will just keep it simple. I want them to grow up in an equal world where everyone's treated as human beings. You can literally do what you want to do. You want to be a singer, go ahead. You want to be a stripper, go ahead. If that's your passion, go for it. I want my children to grow up like that, like knowing what they want and not being discriminated for whatever their race or sexuality is going to be.
Good. Okay. So like a world of no discrimination, a world where people they have a dream and they go out and they're able to do it. They don't feel like, because I'm sure in the queer community, and I have spoken to a lot of people about this, whether they're transgender, transsexuals especially, I can't get hired in this certain industry because of how I look, or because I'm a man but I choose to be dressed as a woman now, or become a woman now. So it becomes, this discrimination that we're talking about, it's not flossy or it's not a concept, it's real. Like there are people from the LGBTQ plus community that I don't think they even can dream of having children. That's how, I'm trying to sort of emphasize, that's how far the gaps are. And it's great that we're having this conversation so openly now, because I don't think we could have done this in Singapore, like even 5 years ago. You know, just to wrap up then, what are some of your last thoughts about, this conversation and the repeal and everything that we've talked about today? It's like classroom summary. We started Dharmhik. I can't get over that. I feel very teacherly today. I don't know why. Where are my glasses? Okay. Dharmhik, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts is treat everyone as humans. Full stop, Because I think from all the talking we get that, even though our differences are actually not that big, it's just that you like males, I like women, that's it, right? That's all the difference is, but we're getting treated so differently.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be the case, because it's all about giving everyone the equal chance of living out their life, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And you should live life how you want to, instead of by someone else's book. Yeah.
Totally agree with you. Yeah. Rish?
I feel like this type of conversation is good that, like you said, it's good that we're having it, because I think it needs to happen more often.
Yeah.
Because that, even if, let's say, like this conversation goes out, I'm pretty sure there will be more people asking more questions and being not as educated as they should be. So I feel like this type of conversation need to happen I won't say as often, but like need to happen more often than not. So people can understand, like, oh, this is the conversation that's going on right now. Yeah. And it will be a build up to hopefully the constitution being amended to letting everyone be equal.
Yay! I was going to say hallelujah, but yes!
Manifesting.
Ganbate. Great. Okay. Well, thank you so much for that. And thank you so much for this conversation. Thanks, Rish, for being in the studio with us today.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, most welcome. Thank you, Dharmhik, for being so open as well and hearing your views. This topic is something that I really feel we must talk about more and more, as you said. And as often, if not even more often, I would say. So thank you so much for joining in this conversation. I always say if you have comments that you like to leave in the comment section, please leave a comment. If you liked or enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications. Don't forget we also have our CityJo NFTs up for sale. As I always keep saying, you can grab a CityJo Dharmhik in NFT version. I'll keep you on my computer, bruh. All right. Well, we will see you next episode. Till then, thank you so much for having this very important conversation with us. Bye.